set up the Roll20 stream to actually capture what it's supposed to. Bada boom, bada bing. Everything now works. Yeah.
Everything?
Well, it's supposed to work at least. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Nice.
Alright, so where do we all leave off last time?
We just agreed to go beat up a Drake to get a boat
Yes.
from the guy.
To beat up a local Drake that's been burning down fields and people, presumably.
Burninating the countryside.
And Carl was exchanging spells with a local wizard.
Spells.
Book learning going on.
Oh my goodness. Lots of book learning. You're also
Disgusting.
boring. Well then. Now that we've all agreed that you're all kind of boring for book learning.
Hooray.
You've
Yay!
gotten some rest. You've rubbed your wounds. It's time to go. Though Freedom Town is not often inspected, there's always the chance that the guards will show up here eventually. Since it technically is part of Last Fall. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. What do y'all do as you wake up? Have an apple?
Apple.
And head outside in the dry, slightly cloudy weather.
The first thing I have to do is prepare my spell.
That is presumably something you do before you get out of your room at your local place of sleep.
Where did we even sleep?
Well, I suppose the first thing we do is, like, figure out where the hell we're going.
You mean track down the plague?
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
Say where
north.
exactly it was, or...
It
North
often
it was.
seemed to attack from the north, on the other side of the river, which is usually crossed with the bridge. Out near the
So-
hilly side.
over and cross the bridge to the north place.
You do arrive with ease at the northern bank, and see that the town is more built to the south than to the north. And off in front of you stretch the fields, past the gates. Though to some extent lush fields, some areas are clearly burnt down and scorched, and so kind of smoking and sizzling.
It's like in real life. Because it's so hot.
I think fire drakes are immune to heat, so it's not lucky to be alive, it's just alive. Also, I think this is like pretty high up north. Continental climate. Alright, kids. How do you plan to track down a drake?
Well, can we tell, like, is there any very recent signs of destruction, or, like, any tracks or anything like that?
You decide to spend some time looking around your local fields. Discovering that where exactly it attacks varies a bit, though it has presumably learned not to get too close to town, where people have many bows and arrows and crossbows to shoot with, and pepper the poor thing with. You find that between large sections of burned crops are also large holes where it probably ate up whatever it could find, as well as nearby cattle ranges, of which fences are damaged, and large bloody splatters indicate nothing good.
Great.
The recent destruction, however, does not seem to tell you any, it's somewhere from the north. People say it always flies off to the north. But that's not really a useful hint.
Any peasants around Ostafrika?
You decide to inquire, since, information. Well,
Information is key.
the first person you're greedy little eyes set upon is like leaning on a pitchfork, overlooking a smoldering field. Eyes half closed, looking a bit tired. It's morning. Give him a break. He probably already did some work. Has a pipe in his mouth and just kind of hanging.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
A wave.
yeah.
We're currently on the trail of some kind of drake or something that has been causing some trouble around here. Would you happen to know anything about that?
What was a
Well,
drake?
for instance, the trouble that you can see around you.
Big fire lizard. Scary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing's been a ripe old pickle. Been burning down the fields. Am I supposed to pay my goddamn rent these things that think he's been gnawed down? Well, I always see it come up north, fly north. Comes in, steals a cow, steals a mouthful full of my crops, flies right off. All my wheats, all my cabbages, all gone. And my cows. No, what am I supposed to do? People in town say it ain't their problem because it ain't flying in town. And I say, well, it's going to be your problem when you ain't got nothing to eat.
Clearly it was enough of their problem that they sent us to go and, whack it over the head really hard.
Oh, wouldn't that just be something else, wouldn't it? If they just go and say, well, we already did something. Well, you didn't do nothing. So I ain't thinking you did nothing.
At least half of those weren't words.
You see the world people do too much stake in the big words with the big meanings. Instead of just focus on getting across what needs to be said.
Just nod politely.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
the general consensus is north, is where the thing is the north.
yeah. I mean, if I know with a big old bleeding cow, I don't know. Always shows up in the morning and late afternoon.
So if it comes in very early and takes something as heavy as a cow, you'd have to assume it's not that far away. Either that or like it's very strong to carry something that heavy that far.
Maybe. I wouldn't know. I ain't no one.
Time to place down a cow as a bait.
Does anyone carry a pantomime cow costume?
I mean, I could summon a cow.
Summon cow is
Yeah,
the
but it'll
best
stick around
spell
for
in any.
not long enough. A cow takes a while.
I
You
could
guys-
summon a pony that is.
I could make a fake cow if you guys don't have a way of doing it yourself.
I don't.
Hit him with the old Trojan cow strategy.
Ow, wow, wow. Sounds painful.
Just place ourselves in the fake cow and get carried to his lair. And then we get eaten. Nice.
Unless it does that thing that like some eagles and stuff do where they pick up their prey and then just drop them to kill them. If that happens, then we're in trouble. But beyond that, I think it might be a good plan.
But wouldn't that be something that was a good plan? Takes a... Get a big old puff of smoke waving at you as he takes a big...
Or we just check every freaking cave in the mountains.
Yeah, that's probably going to take a while.
Nice.
I wouldn't recommend it. That mountain's like Swiss cheese. Filled with orcs. You got in kobolds all digging all over the place, and you got the orcs. Always taking place in the orcs. None.
Any cattle or farm that didn't get burned down yet? Could just wait there and guard the thing.
No,
mean,
we will pay in the price, boy. Ain't nobody out here who got easy.
That accent is totally not my thing.
No. Well, I ain't got nothing better to all day, so I'm staying here. You know, you stick around, sure.
I'm just nodding.
Well, I think the Trojan cow strategy sounds sounds interesting at the very least.
I mean, it sounds crazy enough that it will work.
Exactly.
Sure.
Or we will all die a gruesome death.
That's a possibility.
Where are you gonna get a fake cow from?
I mean,
And how will?
Casting silent image.
Oh, well then it'll just dispel the illusion by trying to grab it.
that's when we stab it in its like chest.
Fair enough.
Want to summon it over a pit with a bit of ground,
Ooh, Team Rocket strategy.
and then it dives down into the pit.
You do know that if
Yeah, I
creatures
think
don't
that will work.
dive bomb into something so hard that they'll hit the ground. That's how you break your neck.
No, like when it
Nice.
goes down into the pit to get the best
No.
cow in the world, we throw a net on it.
Do we have
Like,
them now?
Net.
I don't know if we have a net.
Now, on the plus side, this plan might actually count for the fact that it can fly.
Yes, because that's what I'm actually thinking about. What use is getting to swoop down if it can just go back up again?
Oh man, I forgot to buy that freaking bag of. I forgot how it's called.
Tangle.
Yeah, tangle bag thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tanglefoot bag. That could be nice against flying creature.
Amazing.
Hey, that's mine. Do they sell that in town?
You know, if you all ain't no good in hunting, maybe you should Van Damme Wiz.
I believe what he's trying to say in his very special, very important way is magic the thing to the ground. Like, either of you guys, either of the magic people, have any way of like binding it to the floor, or like weighing it down enough that it wouldn't be able to fly away.
No, do that.
Uh,
Navia. We're making food in my woods. He takes his pitchfork out of the ground and just starts walking off. We'll get a drink. No respect. People will make blood and goddamn food.
Okay, have a nice day, sir.
Well, you're alone now.
So yeah, definitely we should use bait to lure it out, and then once it comes in to get the bait, we like either trap it or like magic it down so that it can't fly away. Because if like that's the main thing that has got over us in that we can't follow it if it were to fly away. And if it were to just fly around and attack us, we would be, like, in some amount of trouble.
If I
If it's
remember
just on the
correctly,
ground, we can just hit it really hard.
if I remember correctly, the only spell that could hold them is Hold Monster, and that's a higher level spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Humans
maybe this
in real life
try
you
to
can't trap or track anything except by magic. That's why humanity died
Yeah.
out years ago, because they didn't have magic to hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't hunt drakes.
Well,
I mean,
do
I would
do
just
we have
buy.
a net of some kind? We
I
can
would just.
use?
I mean, we can buy one in the town, I suppose.
I mean, yeah. If we can't hold it down with magic, we just have to go fucking Stone Age on its ass.
Mm-hmm. You can always see if a local town hunter might be able to give you some tips and tricks on hunting and dragging.
Yeah, it's
That's what the
probably an
farmer-
idea.
That's what the farmer tried to tell you.
Tried to, but failed. He failed the skill check for speaking.
Linguistics
In real
failed.
life. I mean, I got
That's
an
a skill I
adult.
only have in character.
Net or Tanglefoot back would be a good idea.
Yeah, honestly. And I don't feel like casting web to try to do this.
Let's take a look-see at what Gulzer's character's capable of. Maybe he knows a little bit about hunting.
And maybe we could go back and pick up this bag or whatever.
Yeah.
Gulzer has no survival skill.
I have.
I've got 3. Hooray!
But he does have 9 perception. And more importantly, he has profession soldier.
I mean, I also have 9%. And I have profession shepherd.
Gulzer thinks that if this creature indeed captures cows that become bloodied, naturally there will be a trail of blood.
That's a point
Or the
too.
loud, panicked mooing of a cow. And that if you trap it in its lair by forcing it to stay inside, logically it can't fly because its lair is probably like a hole with a ceiling.
Yeah.
But do we have the abilities that would allow us to track blood and/or mooing trail to its base?
Well, I wonder if Mr. Druid over here can summon a dog.
I have a dog. I don't need to summon it.
Dog get.
Can I use my guard dog to track down the blood?
Let's see. So say you got a doggo.
Yeah. I bought that one.
You bought a dog. It's a common dog, I assume, or is it a trained war dog or something?
It's a trained war dog, but not the one right. A guard dog, it's called.
Alright. Well, Dogs do have scent. What exactly does scent do for them? I think they can track by scent in that case. In that case, you're going to have to find a place where you can find the beginning of the blood trail. You need to pick it up somewhere.
Yeah. So first we have to find the place where the last cow goat lived.
Mm-hmm.
Probably assume there'd be a big blood patch wherever it was, stabbed into and dragged away, so that'd probably be a good place to start.
I wonder where people keep their other cows, because I don't imagine they would separate the herd too much.
Clearly I can use my profession shepherd skill to find out where they keep their cattle.
I mean, if you have a profession shepherd, that's like, you know where cows are at all times. You just have, like, your sixth sense is knowing where a cow is. There's a cow 200 meters to the northwest.
Cool.
And I have 12 in that skill, so yes.
Jesus Christ.
So, what's the plan, kids?
Find where the cow went missing, follow the trail to the dragon house.
Important question.
Dragon.
Can you communicate to this dog? Can you somehow speak with it? Talk to it?
I would
Communicate?
hope the druids can, yes.
Because it would be much
No,
easier
I-
for the dog to find what you're looking for if you just sort of are able to instruct it, find me some cow blood.
I don't think that I have the speech with the spell word. More correctly to speak. But I have handle animals, so I could use that instead to maybe.
Hey, Dingus.
No, yeah, but it's
Dingus, you're a druid. You have wild empathy.
yeah. That's handle animal, right? You dingus.
Oof, no. It's more like a diplomacy check. You roll 1d20, add your druid level and your charisma modifier, and that's how you do. But you can communicate more complex ideas with it.
I mean, the real question is, why isn't it supposed to be sufficient?
No. What isn't sufficient? Listen, you need to like, either you find the trail yourself, you spend some time looking for it, or you tell this dog, hey, find me a blood trail.
Just tell the dog to do the thing.
Yeah.
Hey dog, do thing. And the dog goes bark. And then we all
In that
laugh
case,
because that's a funny thing for a dog to
If
say.
Grubba wants to do that,
Yeah.
then please roll me your charisma. What's your charisma actually? Let's take a look. See, what is your charisma? Oh no, it's -1. Cool. Well, in that case, roll me your handle and we'll check. As you try to tell this dog that you wanted to find some cow blood, or communicate the idea. Your dog's like, okay.
Okay,
Alright.
Bracky.
Let's see how the dog will do in finding it. It goes sniff, sniff, sniff. Roll me a survival check for the dog, which would be a d20 plus 5. To see how long it takes to find said trail. As it will circumnavigate the area. Alright, it doesn't take too long at all. You sort of circle around much of the fields, and eventually it's like... and then start shuffling into the nearby arid shrubbery. And you notice that its nose sort of brushes by the occasional patch of blood as it moves on north.
Oh man, wait. We're on it now, boys.
You can do it. Yes, you can.
Follow that dog.
What the heck? Apparently riding dogs have a +14 modifier to jumping.
You need
that's
that.
something. Well,
How else are they gonna jump with a freaking halfling on their back?
This is
20 feet,
still
yeah, straight up.
like there's still an addition where high movement speed would give you a bonus to jumping, right?
I don't know. Alright. Now then, how do you follow this trail? As your little dog is sniffing on ahead, you need to consider your approach, as this will probably lead you to its lair, or where it eats.
I mean,
Yeah, no
somewhat,
shit.
somewhat stealthily, I guess. We wouldn't want it to notice us before we notice it. Like,
I
as
mean-
we get close to it, just kind of get an ambush.
And whoever has the highest stealth modifier casts the first die.
I would
But
still like to point out that we'll be fighting a pretty big creature of some sort, and well, you might want to be really ready for that.
Yeah, hence why we wanted to not notice us.
Mm-hmm. So whoever has the high stealth modifier, give it a roll. Galter
Well, I
is
have-
a dexterous -5, so he was not that person.
I have 4.
Hey, that's something.
I would have.
Wait 1 second. You're a druid, right? You're level 3, or 2 at least. Or 3, yes.
Yeah.
Well, on the plus side, because you're a druid, you leave no trail in your natural surroundings, so you give a slight bonus to this. Not trying to get noticed too quickly thing. Although the main problem is your approach over leaving tracks. So, who has the highest stealth modifier in the team? It's not Gulter, it's not Grubbelix. Does Carl have a particularly noteworthy stealth modifier? I think he's small.
I'm an elf. These are medium.
Oh, I looked at the picture and I thought, oh, it's a halfling, but it's not. Well,
Well, you gave me that picture. Why did you do it?
because it fit the character concept. Well, it seems that a +4 is the best you got. Give it a go.
Okay. Okie doke. Heck yeah.
Alright. This is sufficient to approach the location without making all the alarm bells go off. You know, the Drake alarm bells. The
Yeah.
track eventually leads you to rockier and rockier hills that fit the arid badlands theme of the local environment. The dog eventually stops, sort of lays low to the ground, and points its nose at a place where the blood trail visibly ends, to a hole leading into the hill itself.
Aha. That looks like a dragon hole if I've ever seen one.
The smell of half-eaten meals and flesh permeates the air.
Also smells like one.
Big, stinky.
Big, stinky. You'd think Griff was in there.
So Lyco.
You seem to have caught it by surprise because it's not jumping out to defend its territory.
I'm gonna pat my dog because he did a good job.
Arf arf. Bork bark.
Alright.
The dog of his.
Bark bork. Bjork.
Hey, sword lady. Do
Yes.
you think you would fight better while big?
Probably not.
I think Gulter would fight better when big.
Yeah. My thing's kind of like dodging and stuff. And being big is the opposite of wanting to dodge.
Right? Well,
Time to summon a water element, a nice elemental, and make it big.
Dude. Enlarged person only works on humanoids though, non-elementals.
Oh,
Well, you have time to set up a plan.
Yes.
And you have a professional soldier who you can bug around plans.
yeah, out of character, I kinda wish Griff was here. Sorry, Griff. Yes,
Yeah,
I wish
funny.
Belmore was here. I mean, I wish
Griff was
Griff was here as well, and he is, so that's good, but Belmore is kind of more relevant with being the character that's my big stupid fighter, and also
Well, Gulter's right there.
the first
such a shame.
thing that's important is if we get into the lair, we have to make sure that the Drake can't leave.
I mean, if you attack right now, and you move in quickly enough, you could probably stand in front of the opening of the cave.
To get
The
shot.
question is, do you want to stand in the way of something that can supposedly breathe fire?
not really. No.
I'd rather
Different.
not be. crispy and well done.
Like, you'd probably just want the one guy who can tank a couple of fireballs to stand there instead, while everyone else is a fireball's distance away from him.
Remember when we were to get, like, resist energy or whatever?
I remember that being part of the plan, yes.
Yeah, we sure left town without any kind of shopping. Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
I mean, we could have. It's all well and good to complain about it now.
Whoops, I forgot to take resist energy. Nice.
We're gonna hunt a drake, and we're going to prepare by being resistant. Everyone, well, guess we don't have any energy resistance. Whoops. Well then, you can always leave. This drake is still gonna be here. The problem is more so that you're not quite sure when the guards are gonna show up at Freedomport. And you need to be out of town.
I mean, we've made it all the way here.
Time to close down the lair and fill it with create water all the day long to drown it.
Well, I appreciate
Play the long game.
your zesty attitude. I'm pretty sure that crow would create water since... Oh no, it disappears after 1 day if not consumed. Well, I guess theoretically you could infinitely cast it, yes. I think the
It's
problem
just gonna
is-
have to drink a whole lot of water.
Yeah. The problem is creating a watertight seal that it can't break.
Okay, then let's not do it. But at least I have some water if somebody is burning.
So, I assume Belmore's character is still here with us.
Yes,
That's
there he
just
is.
a magical meat puppet.
He's just like,
So-
"Grr,
So, Mina, you could just cast a whole lot of buffs on him,
I'm not going to
then
have
just-
character development this episode. Grr."
send him in T-posing and like sliding along the ground to be big and intimidating in the front.
I'm the dog. My name is the dog.
Bork, bork.
That's currently also the name for my dog, the dog.
Dog the dog.
Well, it's only like a short hour back to town.
Now that we know where we are going to, we'll be able to make our way.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a
from-
hassle. But the bigger hassle, again, is chased by the law, and, you know, who knows what this Drake's gonna do in the meantime. You know it's here now, but other times, it might not be here anymore. There are risks involved with leaving.
Well, if you think the best course of action is to head back and prepare a bit more solidly, then I'm all for it.
No, it's fine.
I'm not
For
Sure.
some reason,
not sure what exactly we would prepare if we go back now.
Something with fire resistance would certainly not hurt. Because, like, even like a baby level resist energy, Bappin would work for 10 minutes and you get 10 damage off every fire hit. That's nice. Let's see, how much damage does the Drake's little fire breath thing do most of the time? Like, how much would you really be saving in the long run? Let's take a look-see. Ooh. Well, kids, what do you want to do? How do you want to tackle this ferocious beast that's presumably chowing down on a big old cow?
how wide is this cave entrance?
It's not so big. This thing clearly picked a cave entrance that it could easily defend with its fire breath. It's wider than it is tall, too. It's at most 20 feet tall, but yeah.
So it's 20 feet tall and even wider. Okay, so it's not a tight kind of hole where It can't even spread its wings.
Grubba lubba 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 lubba. You probably know nature.
I mean, if you want to just roll knowledge nature, I
Roll
can do
knowledge
that
nature
too.
to see if you know much about how wingspans work.
Nope. I
All right.
know Drake's wingspans.
It could fly out of there with ease. It's futile to try and defend the opening.
Oh no.
Will Grubba lubba give it a go?
Sure, why not?
With knowledge nature. Your druid brain. Well, it could fly out of there. You're not going to dispel that, but if it were to fly out, it would be like dragging its feet across the ground. It can't fly out without crashing into anyone who's standing in that opening.
Yeah, in this case, your entanglement could still do work.
I mean, it's
Theoretically, you could hang like a net over the entrance or something, if you had a big enough net.
Or a big, like, tripwire across the bottom. Big rope. Just pull on and trip it when it tries to run out.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
So if I web over the cave entrance, where would you guys want to exist at the time?
I suppose inside with it would make sense.
A dangerous proposition, I'm going to let you do that.
I mean, we could just stay outside and pelt it with projectiles, but then it's just going to burn the web.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid it will do that anyway, regardless, eventually.
I mean, if we're in there fighting it, and
Just for
That means
Grubelix's
it's gonna-
sake, Grubelix, you also know the Drakes generally can't repeatedly use their breath. They have to wait a couple of moments to give it another go, so... You know,
clearly you just have to
and if it were
put
like...
some water on the net so that it holds at least one attack.
So even if, like, it were to breathe fire, it would have to switch between, does it want to get out and free itself, or does it want to attack something? It might be a good way to tactically look it up.
Yeah.
And if it were to,
Could we go
attack,
back and get a net?
I mean, Mina's got web net, so that's probably not a problem.
I
Yeah. Retroactively, I'm going to say that I copied it over from the scroll, although this means I need to make the spellcraft check.
What scroll are you copying?
The web scroll,
Sure.
because that's not yet an actual spell in my spellbook that I...
Ain't that just the thing?
Yeah. I mean, so retroactively I did that last evening and prepared it today. If I make the check, if I don't, then I guess I have the scroll. Then I guess I prepared a web. Okay.
Magnificent.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Gonna
Speak
kill
for
the
a man.
Drake.
Oh, you have web.
Yeah.
no.
Okay, I'm just going to double wrap it. Double wrap it, just in case.
We double wrap it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to cast web in such a way that there's like a... Like... If I make like a 20 by 20 like stand-in square of web covering most of the entrance, there's still going to be some left. some amount of area left.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Like maybe like a 5x5 square in the corner of the cave entrance where people can still go in or out,
Mm-hmm.
so that you guys aren't entirely trapped.
Perhaps
As
this other word, right? Yeah.
Well then. I'm not...
And now, so that it doesn't burn the actual web, actually, because of the size of that, I can either not enlarge Galter to let him go in and out through that opening, or I can, well, enlarge him and then he'll be pretty unable to leave. What are your opinions?
I think not being able to leave is like a pretty small trade-off for being big and super strong and great.
Okay, then whoever is on the inside party get in there. I'm going to also cast some illusions to cover the web so that it thinks there's a wall, so it doesn't immediately try to toss a fireball.
Good plan.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Valentine.
Man,
Oh my.
the heck does that do?
Okay, so I'm going to guess that Galter gets in there and whoever else goes in there gets in there.
I'm
And
also
going-
gonna go in.
Alright. Boop. Welcome to the map, kids.
Welcome to the map of fun. Dun, dun.
Guidance is a free game. Okay, does it have concentration?
Yeah, okay, so
Couple of levels that do.
oh, okay. I already have a token over there. Let me just drag that one over.
So I can actually cast guidance on everyone. Shall we go in?
I think so.
That's kind of cool. Okay, so everybody has one guidance.
Everyone
Means
gets
1 plus 1 on attack roll or saving throw or skill check. You have to use it. You have to choose to use it before you make the roll. And it holds for 1 minute.
Ooh.
Right.
Occasionally you hear a loud crunching noise from inside the cave.
Yeah, reasonable. Okay, so
The bake is eating his cereals.
Sneak, sneak, sneak. How do I shot web? Good question, Spipper man.
So this like white area is on the outside, or
Yes, this is on the outside.
so I assume would all be like just inside the web zone, except Carl, who is being Carl, being like smart about this.
yeah. You guys should be able to squeeze by the right side.
Oh, right, you're gonna go straight inside?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you have
I
little,
mean,
little Galter go on first then?
Now
well,
let's
yeah.
let Captain Beef go first.
Alright then.
And his trusty steed. My steed, I mean friend.
Peek inside the cavern. And witness a
That's
large
a big
beast.
D.
Please no sex.
Yeah. Okay, step forward quietly so that I can. Oh, whoops.
Galter and Abe use the height difference between the entrance and some rocks formations to stay out of sight for now.
Okay.
Do, do, do.
Well, time to make Gutter big.
Galter, huge. Galter, smash. He bends over. Oh,
Make my monster grow!
he tries to stay small because he doesn't want to get seen. Or heard. Hearing is the real problem in this context.
Okay, so I hope you guys have an attack plan figured out. I'm going to put an illusion over the entrance as well once you're properly in, whoever is going in.
So, like, hasn't noticed our presence yet.
Not yet. It's too busy chewing on a big old cow carcass.
So, would I be able to, like, climb up onto whatever, like, ridge this
Oh, no, the
is?
ridge
and
is at
then-
the entrance too. It just kind of evens out at this point.
Oh.
So yes,
Like-
you can get on the ridge.
Yeah, I thought, like, get up and then sneak around and hit it in the butt before it has a chance to notice that we're here.
That's a stealth roll because you're getting awfully close.
Yeah. Skills. My skills.
Don't be too swashbuckly now.
Eh.
Okay, you can,
Piracy.
you can get right up to its butt and give it a surprise round stabby stab.
Time for the big stabby.
And then initiative will be rolled as the stealth round gets taken care of. Fascinating. Well, everyone will click your tokens, click the initiative button, and watch it get added to the thing. I hope it does. I remember that it does. Don't forget that the initiative button is the big innie at the top. In it.
In it.
It's
We
cool.
get to see who goes first, in it.
Well, Galter is going late. And these sheets take forever.
This time I even had my token selected.
Well then.
At this point I have no idea what I'm
add
supposed
your
to do
token
to
for
actually
you.
get this right.
You can edit your own initiative as you see fit. Galter, however, is sluggish today. He's just not feeling it.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's so big,
Yeah.
makes him
Drake?
slower.
Ooh, the Drake rolls high. Okay, well, Mademoiselle, who is trying to stab this big guy, or kitty cat, give me a kitty cat kitty stab.
Kitty cat, kitty stab. And I'm going to use that guidance +1 and my swashbuckle thing.
You are swashbuckling.
Which one was it? I think precise strike gives double my level 2 damage, which is +6. So I'll spend a panache point, which I have
How
plenty.
panache?
Panache. That'll be button.
Oh no! You flub it! Huh!
Beans.
That's some beans, yes. Huh. Well then, the Drake's turn comes around. And it will take no quarter. As it
This is
decides
unfortunate.
to go in for
What kind of action is it to golf clap?
To go what?
Golf
Golf.
clap. It's like
It rolls a 7 on a large tail swing coming right at you. But luckily you flubbed your rapier swing so bad that you go straight under it.
right.
A
This is a splash.
Carl. The situation is escalating.
Yeah, dude, it sure is. Well, guess I can send an elemental in there.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Elemental is summoned.
Yeah. A water elemental, please.
Alright then. What size is it?
I can only do small with summon
Oh.
monster tool.
You summon baby. That's fine. Baby can do things too. Although, I guess, now that I think about it, technically a fire elemental would have been slightly more useful, since it wouldn't be able to get hit by fire. But on the other hand, it would be made of fire.
Yeah.
It's like you can't win no matter what you do. Alright.
I would rather just have the water elemental put fires out.
I'd rather you put fires out. Alright, well, they do have Drench. Tiny, innocent baby boy appears. Da-da-da-da! It has 13 baby boy points to not die.
Nice.
Now that we have determined the baby boy points, you will spend your action. It moves. What does it do?
Well, so far there isn't any fire to put out, so it attack.
Bah! It does a slam, which is +5. Roll me the dice on this heroic hit.
So that's an 18 altogether. Let me
Oh,
just
no.
pull up small
If
water
the
elemental in
opponent
the
or the element-
companion.
If the opponent or elemental is touching the ground, the elemental takes a -4 penalty to attack and damage rolls. Oh no. These
Hold on.
modifiers apply to... Okay, they only apply to Bull Rush, so its normal attacks are fine. It goes in and it hits with a 18, I think? Ooh. Where's the modifier? No, the modifier's not already in there. Well, it lands a blow. Roll me a d6 for damage.
Yeah, +3.
Sploosh.
So let's see, 5 damage.
Sploosh! It's battered with water. Batter. Valentine. Let's
Time
go.
to try and, make up for my supreme failure last time.
Regain that panache.
Yeah, the nubble's stabby.
Nope. A 14 will not cut it. This thing has tough hide.
Well.
You cannot pierce its mighty scales. Grubba-lubba-lubba.
Can I move past the counter?
Yes. He is tall. You can walk between his legs, or sort of dive roll between.
I'm gonna move up to here, and then I'm gonna also summon the element. But an ice elemental.
Summon Club.
What do you summon?
A small ice element.
And where does it appear?
Also before the Drake.
So here? Or like here?
There, so we can flank it.
Alright, it appears on the opposite side. Da-da-da! It's a baby boy. Yeah!
My summons get additional stuff because I
Big strong, yes.
have Dogman summoning Blah.
Ah, yes. That will most certainly help. Oh my. This cold
So
slam attack.
he has +4 strength and +4 constitution.
Oh, frick. Ice elementals are naughty. Well, roll me some attack on that ice elemental. It gets a +2 to attacks and damage. It also has like a bunch of extra HP. Like 2. So it has 15 special boy points.
2? Whoa.
It swings its mighty fist to bonk this thing.
That's close to 2. I mean, doesn't it have like a base? I mean, that's a 19, so that would have probably hit regardless, but let me just...
Actually, I said it's a +2. It actually has a +6 bonus to attack. So yes, it definitely hits. Roll me a 1d4 +3 and a 1d3. And after that, the Drake gets to roll a fort save. Because numbing cold, whenever the Ice Elemental strikes a creature, it must succeed a fort save or be staggered for 1 round. As it is
What was it, a 1d4?
1d4 +3 and a 1d3. The 1d3 is like a little extra baby ice damage it does because it's a very chilly boy. Let's see, what is a Drake's fort save? It's pretty high. It rolls a 7, so that's 15. It is not staggered. but it is vulnerable to cold, so it takes 6 damage, and then it takes an extra 4 damage. It lets out an aggressive grrr, and is planning to sweep its tail at all of you soon. Abe is fast. Oh yeah, don't forget, everyone is currently flanking this thing. Abe will rush on in.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Could it move around? No, not effectively. The Drake has far too much reach. No, not you, Galter. Abe gets to move in. Abe moves in. Until he snaps at the Drake. Hop! I need to remember that creatures with 10 feet range are impossible to approach in one turn without triggering an attack of opportunity. It turns out that rushing something massive is a terrible idea. Also,
Okay.
I don't know what Abe's deal is, but he just never manages to land a hit.
Yeah. Aid is a good distraction.
Abe is great when Abe does the job. Galter is, however, heavy. I think he has, like, reduced because he wears big armor. Big armor for big boys. Oh, he can still make it, I think. Yeah, he can still get within range. Yeah! Clank, clank, clank. Large rock man is, like, standing a shelf below. So she's more like, your feet are at his waist height. So that's something. Wait, just one moment. His class HP is 21.
Yeah. Technically, Galter has reach as well due to size, and probably due to having a halberd.
Oh, yes, he is. I remember, he actually probably should not be standing that close.
Yeah, let's just take a step back.
So
So he has like 2 more strength because of being big.
okay, he has some cool abilities too. I'm just gonna look up his special abilities because I don't know them from the top of my head. I think he
Yeah.
put them on their spells actually, because he's weird like that.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty much as complicated.
Let's see. Well. Oh. Alright. He's going to activate Hunting Party. And he's going to give that special attack to Valentine.
Oh man.
He activates his strike and makes a melee attack.
Yeah, so the damage die for weapons is larger because of the weapon being large, whatever that means.
Yes, he is enlarged, and he is flanking.
Okay, good.
He's not going to take his mutagen because so far things are looking up Millhouse.
Yeah.
He goes in for... Actually, probably would have taken the mutagen ahead of time. Because I think that one lasts a good time. Anyway, he will go in for his actual swing, and after that, if he hits... The attack roll will show up any moment. There we go. A 50... Ah, he misses. And expends his use.
Oh,
Really?
man.
With all the bonuses he had. Wait a second. His attack's plus 10.
So that's the 17 actually. Because you're already 7.
But then it's a 17, that still misses, unfortunately.
Okay, then.
It's a healthy boy.
The Drake's mouth
Okay,
begins
I'll-
to bubble with
I'll not
fire
sure.
as it decides to go in for another sweep of its tail. Swinging around. It lands a 17 plus 5. It lands a 23 on Valentine.
Hang on.
Valentine, you take 8 damage as the tail smacks into your side.
Oh no.
The creature's mouth is boiling with fire. It is going to erupt soon. And that's its turn. Call the Bodavir. Carl.
Carl. Yeah, actually, this is much like a chromatic dragon, I'm guessing.
In what way?
Alignment, but it's too far to cast protection from evil, so I was supposed to put a illusory wall in the way here, so I'm going to do that.
Where do you draw this illusionary wall?
damage across the entrance, just so that it really doesn't think about leaving.
Beep, 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 beep. The entrance is sealed off. Or appears to be.
There's a small opening where the previous one was, but actually now it's on the opposite side.
Alrighty then. Valentine, you are sealed in the cave.
Mm.
I mean, I hope I can just tell you that. I mean, no, illusions don't discriminate, do they? Almost.
Just don't scream it in a language the Drake understands, because it's intelligent enough to speak.
Yeah.
Valentine, you're flanking. You have the advantage.
I'm gonna keep doing the thing. Ah,
Oh no.
I don't know how to apply bonuses or anything.
Well, still with a +2 of flanking, that's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, it's
Grubba lubba
probably
lubba.
relevant.
Situation's looking bad.
Also, the water elemental is probably holding its action to.
Douse.
Yeah.
Fancy fire extinguisher.
Well, Druid.
So how does melee touch attack?
What
Well, you go into melee and then you touch. You go against,
you rub
you
your
know,
hand on it.
And what the attack roll is
The
how?
attack roll is your normal melee attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah, but the defense is lower because you don't have to navigate the armor. You just have to
Touch him.
catch the
It has
dexterity
a touch
bone.
AC of 10. Like, touch spells have no issue hitting it.
And I'm gonna go in and touch it with my frigid touch.
You give it a chilly willy touchy wutchy. Brrr.
Ooh, those hands are cold.
That's my freaking shit.
Frigid touch. Let's take a look. Well, that's a whole bunch of fancy dancy words. But I need you
Sure
to
is.
actually roll me a melee touch attack.
Yeah. So.
That does it. Roll me 4d6. Cold. And it is staggered for a round. It takes 16 damage, as it is vulnerable to chilly willies. Alright. Abe, just do it right already. Chomp. Nope. Just can't seem to get through that tough hide. Galter. Galter. You're about to get hit with a big old spew of fire. Got any plans? This Oaken Shield is a counter. Oh, that's neat. But not useful in this context. Let's see, what will this dirty trick do again? I don't know, and I'm not going to look it up because that would slow the game down too much. Teamwork? What's precise attack? I don't know. There we go. There's an actual blow. A large halberd thwacks on the head of the creature and reduces it down to by 20. Ooh. The creature clings to life. Its mouth bellows with flames as it aims down towards the ground.
Let me just check what staggered means.
It means you can only take a standard action or a move action on its turn.
Okay, good.
That doesn't stop it from blowing a fireball at its feet and exploding.
Yeah.
I think Gulter's just out of reach, technically. Because it needs to overlap with the center or space. Ah, whatever. Anyway, everyone roll me some reflex saves as a big fireball explodes at his feet. And I will roll some sensual d6s. Wow. That is an interesting roll. 1s and 5s.
It's freaking Luigi from Mario Party.
Okay, we need some reflex saves for these. I'll roll for the ice elementals to save you some hassle. Water elemental is
21.
okay.
My elemental.
Your elemental is in that case fine and stands their ground.
My elemental.
Following this explosion, however, with the 17 damage thereof, which, oh no! Valentine, you actually managed to reduce it down to the 8, so you'll be standing. I need to roll for
Yeah.
After that, the creature will die from exhaustion, which is to say that it's not going to survive next turn, and I don't think it's useful to play out a turn that we know it's going to die in.
Yep.
Not attacks defenses. Does Abe stay alive? Abe makes it. And is on their feet.
I'm gonna take the full damage for it.
Take the full damage. Ouch. And Galter, you are standing far away, but you're still gonna get a little scorch on your feet, on your finger. You roll
1 damage.
Ugh. But the creature is dead. You've slain a drake.
Hooray!
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
So I'm going to be bossy. I'm going to dismiss both of my spells here in the way, because, come on, not needed anymore.
You
Whoops,
never
I
got the
did
time.
myself. Let me just drag myself out again. There we go.
You've defeated a significantly more powerful foe than yourselves, and nobody got downed.
Yeah. I'm going to tell the elemental to douse anyone that still needs dousing in the last 2 runs it has.
Everyone just gets like showered. They get like
I can dose myself, thanks to.
I mean, it's 12 seconds of shower.
yeah.
That's enough.
Gets wet and wild in here for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Then I'm going to ask Galter to chop the thing's head off to take back to town, I guess.
Let's see how clean of a cut this big man can make to get you a nice trophy.
I mean, his time now.
Yeah, anything usable about fire delay
Chick.
in the
Well,
sense of
you get a nice clean cut.
Heck
You
yeah.
now have a drake's head.
Okay.
anything you can do with like body is something like taking their blood to make, I don't know, fire grenades. I have no idea how this works.
You can roll me some knowledge arcana or nature to see if you know anything about drakes that might be extractable or survival.
Sure.
See if you can extract the fire gland or if the scales might be useful for armor making. It does have plus 8 natural armor, so you might be able to translate that to a breastplate or something.
I really have to stop to close my shield.
Nope. Not today.
Unfortunately, the wing dynamics of drakes are confusing enough.
Yeah, like, what am I even doing?
I'm gonna give you a choice. Either you know how to take care of its scales, or you know how to extract its exploding flame gland.
I want the gland.
Excellent.
What
In
was
that
the
case,
first one?
the scales.
Yeah.
You
I
extract the gland.
already have a dragonhide armor, so
You now have a gland that is,
explosive.
it might blow up if you throw it hard enough.
Nice.
Hooray!
Gland got da 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 da.
Well then. Galter has a drake's head, like, strapped to his back.
It's
we
leaking
need it
everywhere,
for-
making a horrible mess.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to dismiss the enlarged person before he straps it on, just so that we are on the same page.
Alrighty. Now, kids and cadets, do you have any other business in this cave?
I wanna
Wants
use
to
my
loot it.
wand of cure light wounds to heal myself a bit.
Give yourself just a little pinch of health.
Also, I'll have a little look around while we're here. Wouldn't want to like. miss
Maybe I'm
anything.
gonna do the same with Valentine.
You take a look around this nice droopy cave, droopy, kind of sad. You find something in this corner over here, off to the east. You find a small nest with a drake's egg in it, and slightly more importantly is there's a small box that belongs to probably not the drake. It's not appropriately sized for a drake, at least.
Huh. Can I like look inside the box?
Sure. You approach the box and peel its lid open, and you'll see a note that says, "If you're not me, then you're stealing."
Oh,
Nice.
And then it uses a variety of expletives. Alright, if you want loot, you'll have to roll me for loot, which is 1d12 plus 2d4. This creates a nice curve where the ends are super rare, exciting loot.
I'm
middle
rolling
is-
for my heal right now. Nice.
You roll a slick and slender 10.
Yeah,
Inside
that's
this
for
box
healing.
are some...
That's for my heal.
Oh, that's for your heal, alright. Alright, here we go, we got a 9 instead. Well, alright.
Uh,
Oh, fine, it's a 12. Anyone else got anything else to add?
I mean, you said it would be 2d4, I believe, so...
It feels weird
Oh.
to roll like in two separate rolls like this. Ugh.
Yeah, because BK forgot to...
BK,
Use
how
the
about,
top
how about you
dice
roll me
and-
again? Run d12 plus 2d4.
okay.
Do it proper, it just feels wrong this way. This feels like a crime.
Yeah,
Oh!
happy now?
God dang!
Yes,
You
very.
happy?
Yes, very.
Yes, very happy.
Alright, fine, you get the big boy glove. The big... well, that's not... no gloves. But the following loot is extracted from this box.
Oh man.
It's a nice chunky emerald.
A big, hefty emerald. Big boy emerald.
And a smack of cash.
Cash.
So, what's a Pearl of Bashan do?
A pearl of bashing, I assume it's when you throw at someone's head.
Maybe it's in the compendium. No, it isn't.
I mean, pearl of speech.
Allow me to explain to you what a pearl of speech can do for you. Today, tomorrow, Toyota.
I kinda write down my charges sheet for my end of Q life rounds.
Because Pathfinder doesn't really have any too exciting rule tables. I usually go by, if you want something, buy it. But otherwise I'm gonna roll the Magic Item Compendium because it's fun. Let's see.
Yeah.
A pearl of speech. It's a pearl. I think you put it on your tongue, and it gets absorbed into it. Then you can understand and speak a specific language.
Huh.
Yeah. Ain't that something? This particular pearl speaks Orcish.
Neat.
You can always sell it for 300 gold pieces.
No, I think knowing how to speak Orcish would be at least semi-useful.
Let me see if there's any clauses that I need to inform you of.
If
Tastes
we're
like
going...
Oh, there's one other detail that I should probably mention. You can use it whenever as a standard action. The important detail here is, in addition, when the pearl is active, it can be activated to produce a command effect once per day, with a will save DC of 11. So, there you go.
Hmm.
I think.
I'll just kind of carry that around with me.
So yes, command is not a terrible spell. The DC is kind of bleh, but hey, free command is a free command.
Yeah. It's about a coin toss to maybe convince some random peasant.
Alrighty then.
I'm gonna also use my van to heal Valentine, 8, and Porter.
Oh, you're so nice.
So this is for Valentine, this is for 8, and this is for Porter.
Galter gets 7. He's back up to a respectable 20 hit points. He'll be fine. And I think his little boy is up to... no, I need to enter the number first. And his boy's up to almost full. So they're both like, haha! The elementals have to go away. Goodbye. You're gone.
And Valentine is at a
Nope.
good, yeah, that.
And
Well-
now I have 47 charges left. Nice.
Does anyone want this wand of invisibility sphere?
How does this exactly work in terms with some other spells? Let's see.
Makes invisible spears. Bam, there's one in your house right now.
There we go. It functions like invisibility, except that it's a 10 radius sphere of the recipient. At the time the spell is cast, the center of the effect is mobile with the recipient. Those affected by the spells can see each other and themselves as if unaffected by the spell. Any affected creature moving out becomes visible, moving back into the area. After the spell is cast, it does not become visible. So you have to kind of clutter together.
Yeah,
And you negate invisibility
like-
only for yourself. So if the spell recipient does anything fancy, however, the whole thing goes away.
yeah.
If you want a radius sphere, I can give you one.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm not going to cast it right away. It's 5x5 except without the corners.
Well then, you have a wand of cool stuff, and you found some cool stuff and some money.
Yeah,
What else did you want to do?
I guess I'll hang on to it then.
let's hang. Let's actually. There's still the Drake egg. I guess we can steal that.
You have a drake egg. Be careful with it.
Nice. Why? Because it'll hatch into a pet.
Maybe you don't know how to take care of a drake.
Yes. Time to hit the
Yeah.
books.
So far, my knowledge rolls about drakes have been pretty bad.
You may wish to learn about drakes before you try to hatch one.
Read a book. At least one.
I recommend that you read one book per day for the rest of your life. It's a lot of books.
Jesus.
Sounds reasonable, honestly.
No, a whole book. It has to be at least 200 pages. Well, there's not much else in this cave, other than some bones and rotting flesh. And poop.
Yeah.
No living cow. But I can
Well-
stabilize.
Rest
We
in peace,
have-
cow.
We have proved that the Drake is dead. Let's. go
Yeah.
back to the
We have a freaking head. That's enough.
Excellent.
Time to meet the freaking boss of Freedom
Gang
Town.
heads back to town. You make your way there, with a spring in your step. Finances in your pocket. What else can go wrong? As you,
Lots of
Guards
things.
appearing in Freedom Town. That can go wrong.
as you approach town, you see a small, hooded figure talking to the orc you talked to last time. The big guy who claimed to own the city, or at least acted like it. And he sort of holds his arms out. Well, well, well. Welly, 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 well, well, well. If it isn't the Drake Slayers.
Oh, news travels fast.
What, you think I sent you out without someone tailing you? Cute.
I mean, the big dripping Drake head is probably a bit of a giveaway too.
You know. I prefer to trust my own eyes. Now then. Business has been taken care of, hasn't it? Whoa. Whoa. So, what did I promise you again? What was it again? Free stay at the inn, I think?
I think you'll find it was slightly more boat-shaped than that.
Boat-shaped? What do you mean, boat-shaped?
Access to a boat? That was kind of...
He reaches around his back and has this sort of basket hamper in the back, and he pulls out like a box. He's like, this doesn't look like a boat to me.
Is it a deed to a boat then?
No, it's not a deed to a boat. But here you go. Here's your boat.
What?
Better not be a model boat, or I'm going to flip some shit.
I mean, given the size. I just wanted to meet you outside of town since some of the guards have decided to show up and start asking questions. So, good luck with your boat. Oh, things I want you to deliver already in sight. Good luck! You have a
That
box.
was less
It's
than
about
reassuring.
12 inches long, 6 inches wide, and 6 inches deep. This will not this probably wouldn't even work as a flotation device.
Yeah.
This sounds a funny guy. I wanna kill him. I didn't say that out loud, of course.
So, you have a box. It has 2 buttons on it.
Well, let's get closer to the river before we try pressing this, in case it's going to turn into a ship.
Yeah.
So
Wouldn't want to do that in the middle of Main Street.
So, yeah, you head on over to the river, and you're next to the river. Which
Let's
button do you
press
wish
these
to push? There are 2 buttons. There's a button that is like shaped like a small boat, and there's a button that's shaped like a big boat.
Of course I'm going to press the big boat.
You've
It's
got to deal
too
with-
big. Let's
Alright.
start with the small one.
Okay, you push the button, and the box begins to shake a bit. You've activated big boat, but
Oh no,
do you just hold on to it?
Activate big boat mode.
it's too
Uh,
big.
Probably not. Place it on the ground and back away slowly.
On
You
the
decide to deploy your
shore,
boat on
we-
land.
No. Like, that's why we came over to the river, so that it can be ashore.
The boat,
Even if I like to...
the box does one of those animation things where it goes up and it folds open, and somehow the walls go away and the whole boat comes out of it. It's a big boat. It's about 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet deep. It has a little cabin too.
Huh.
It's a big old
It's a
sail.
proper boat.
Yeah, it's a nice big boat.
As long as
probably
it
full
does
of
fit
drugs.
in the river.
It does fit in the river. The river has like a bridge going over it that's tall enough. But you're probably on the downriver side, since that's where you're going.
Outside that.
You notice that, like, if you inspect the boat, you'll note that on the inside of the of the mast are 2 buttons, one with a boat, another with a box.
Ah. So,
How about we check out the stuff we should deliver? Just to make sure what the hell is going on.
Inside
I'm
the
going-
cabin is a box. A big chest, but it's locked.
Nice.
I guess I'm going to cantrip detect magic or something.
I want to do that.
The box is magical. It is enchanted with protective stuff. Presumably one of which is to stop people from peeking inside.
probably.
Interesting.
Raisable.
So, who of us can navigate a boat?
I wonder. I wonder who could possibly, like, pilot a boat. Who could probably
Who is-
be...
Who is profession sailor, or happens to be of a profession that is associated with water?
It's a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah,
If only we had
Maybe-
someone who could buckle the seas, swashing around.
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe knowledge geography will also be useful.
Yes, of course. I am the pirate. I can boat.
Yo-ho, yahar.
Then let's smuggle that freaking chest.
Alright. The chest does have a little note on it that tells you where to deliver it exactly. So, no having to guess once you're done.
Okay, good.
Should we buy some stuff in town before we set sail?
Probably an idea.
Do we have
risk-
enough rations and stuff like that?
The risk, of course, being that right now you know that there's some people in town trying to look for you. He warned you about the
Yeah.
guards. So if someone wants to get some supplies, he's going to have to sneak around a bit. Blend with
Just
the
gonna-
crowds.
Let's not do that.
How long would it take us to get to another town that... Yeah, just to another town down the river?
The next town down the river, how long would that take? Let's take a look-see. Well,
Come on.
putting like major settlements aside, there are plenty of smaller settlements where you could probably get some minor foodstuffs along the way, like a day down the road.
Yeah,
Also,
Probably
this fish.
safer.
like I'm pretty sure I have enough
I mean, I have
supplies
enough.
for...
Now, you
They-
know that the rivers are also patrolled to some extent, so you would want some disguises or something you can use to make sure that, at least at a first glance, you don't look like fugitives.
Are there any clothes on the ship?
No.
And no, or I mean, I have freaking peasant clothes with me. I'm just gonna put down my armor stuff, and then I look like a freaking shepherd
Yeah.
on the ship. Perfect.
No one can recognize this face.
Nah.
The boat has a little cabin or
Yeah.
something.
It does have a little cabin or something.
I hope
And
the
in the cabin
pilot
are
is-
like several beds, like those hanging hammock beds.
Yeah.
I hope the pilot is pretty good in disguise.
I've got a 4, which is better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
But
So somebody needs to navigate the whole thing
Yeah.
by
Try
being
and-
disguised.
It's a good thing we don't have more fake crew, I guess.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
just
maybe
gonna
saying
say
that we
now,
tried.
I can't swim, so don't put me into the.
please do not submerge your druid. I know.
Because I'm -3 in there.
Oh, no, ain't that just something? Well, you have a plan to hide in the cabin or something.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try disguises. Does anyone have higher than 4 in disguise?
Oh.
It's not really something wizards do now.
A disguise
Yeah,
kit
that's
could
fair.
also help.
Do I have... I think I might have one of those. Do I? No, I have a thieves one, so yeah. Well, might as well give it a crack. What's the worst that could happen?
Sadly, I'm not bard, so I can't get disguise set.
Abraca disguise.
Exciting.
Well,
These disguises might fool someone at a distance.
That's what I hoped.
yeah, well, hopefully they won't need to get close if they
Exactly.
can.
Stay optimistic.
I mean, what are they going to do? Hold up a ship?
So,
Hmm.
also, we should plan out what happens if somebody is halting us.
How fast does the
I-
folding boat move?
I watched that movie last week.
Because I don't know how fast the folding boat can move.
Doesn't that depend on wind and other stuff?
A keelboat or sailing ship? Well, let's go look up some boats then.
So I'm totally gonna get auto winds tomorrow.
Alright, this thing has a speed of, well, you're going down current. And you have a, you know, you have your little sail to help you out. So your speed, oh my, you've actually got quite some speed.
As long as it isn't too fast. Don't wanna hit the shore, right? Navigator, dude, pilot.
If you can build a maximum,
Yo,
if you can build a maximum speed with the sail, this thing can go 180 feet. But since you're mostly relying on the current here, it's more like 60 feet. So yes, this boat is pretty dang fast. It travels at twice your normal speed.
it's not bad.
So instead of 24 miles per day, oh my, you can easily make it to the first break in the river in a day if you put the full
Nice.
speed behind it. However, if you go full speed, you know, drag a little more attention to yourself if you're cruising down the river.
And let's
Also-
move at normal speed.
Also, you realize that by going past Vigil on the water, you may get inspected. You may wish
Well,
to
we
plan
hardly have a choice in the matter.
the day progresses. You sail downriver at heroic speeds, dashing.
Well, I mean, at inconspicuous speeds. Not speeds that would go, hey look, here come the heroes.
You travel at the
Kind of
speed of
speeds.
inconspicuousness.
The speed of, well, like,
Speedy runs out.
the river is flowing, so we don't really have a choice in the matter either. However fast it's taken us,
We'll say that you reach the bend, around which is a small local fishing village that seems peaceful enough. Actually, it's like 3 villages, and they're all like on one corner of this fork in the large river. It's getting late, and you should probably look for a place to sleep. You could always sleep on the boat if you really wanted to, but you're out of town. Maybe you can get some supplies.
Might as
Yeah.
well.
All right. Do you settle down on the north bank, the west bank, or the east bank?
Clearly the one that is far as possible from Warrior.
the east bank has the benefit of being across the river from places.
All right. You head over to the east bank and settle down on a nice section. A man walks up to you, putting his hands at his suspenders, and gives him a snap. Well, hello there. Welcome to Tartown, the only town in Galarian that's located on 3 different shores.
That sounds both inconvenient and a great tourist option.
Oh yes. No, what brings you kind folk out here? What makes you go stop here instead of traveling all the way down to Vigil?
Not a big fan of big towns. But would stop and see the sights on our travels.
It's still... It's secretly quite far to Vigil from here. We are stopping for the night.
Oh ho ho ho. Clearly no traders. Traders, they always like to travel straight through, you know? Ignoring the towns, ignoring the sights. Well, how about you come along? I'll buy you a drink.
Oh. Generous offer.
Ah, of course.
Nice.
It's a lovely day. Why not be nice?
Lovely evening.
Don't be like that. It can be day whenever you want. He takes you over to an inn that has a big old sign and calls itself the Three-Headed Fish.
Yay, the adjective animal tavern.
Listen, it's called Tri-Town. Of course it's gonna have an inn that's called Three Something. But surprising to you, the thing does actually have a 3-headed fish mounted on the wall, like above the main sitting area.
Huh.
Nice.
Ellen, give these kindly folk a drink. It's on me. Now, I happen to know that you come all the way from Freedom Town. I
That'd
assume
be
at least that
correct.
you come from there. Most people in fancy boats come from all the way up there.
Plus, it's basically a one-way trip coming from that direction. So
Yeah, it's also really the only place up that river, I suppose.
Ha. Well, where are you exactly planning to go?
we're heading down south. Just, stopping in on towns, seeing the sights.
Did I mention which town you were supposed to deliver this baggage at?
You might have, but I don't remember.
Last session, maybe this session, no.
Well, if no,
It's on the note, that's the only thing that's important. I think maybe Mountain or Harlan Town. I don't know.
I would probably have used one of the bigger cities, like either Tamran or Caliphas or Thronestep. Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Okay, well,
Just look at these towns real fast. Well,
one of the larger ones, okay.
oh my.
So clearly Kali Pass.
Caliphas. Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Perfect. Just write a list of all the possible locations and roll a die.
No, you don't understand. I need it to make sense for you guys to go to a specific location.
Sense. Who needs sense? You can just adjust everything so that it makes sense. So.
Apparently, Caliphas does not exist according to the Pathfinder wiki, so that's nice.
Thanks, Pathfinder Wiki.
I really appreciate that I can't look up this town. Where's this town even belong to? To Ustaf? No? It can't be Lastwall, because that's already Vigil. Oh well. There it is. There's Caliphas. Capital of Numertus. Sure. Well, since you're going downriver, perhaps you can do me a little favor. It's
Yeah, what's
just a
that?
small one. Now, our little town, we have some letters that need delivering. Down the stream. We used to have a mailboat, but, well, it hasn't shown up in a while, so we think maybe if someone is planning to go all the way up to the lake, perhaps they can take some with us. With them.
That doesn't
Certainly.
sound too difficult.
I think
Sure.
we are trustworthy enough. There should be post office in whatever location you are sending us to, I hope.
Marvelous, marvelous. Well, very kind of you to help. I'll go and get the bag, and I'll make sure that you are compensated for services, of course. No need to lead people without a proper reward for their efforts. He walks off, and you're left with your drink. Do you do anything else for the night, as he will just bring over the bag and load it up for you, and tell you the rest tomorrow?
Well, given how we got tailed to the Drake's lair, I would like to actually try being watchful and advise the others to also be watchful as to whether this guy or someone else is going to try to, observe us during the night.
Sorry, my sister was asking me something. The last thing I got was that we got a bag.
Oh my.
Amazing.
Well, y'all go take a rest then.
Yeah.
Do
Big
this, you
sleep.
can't. It's true though, you can't see his face when he does that. It's a good disguise.
So,
Well, the next morning, you can't help but feel just a little bit uneasy.
Yeah,
why?
thought as much.
You don't
Oh, I
know.
mean, we're being chased, of course.
Yep, time to prevent some other spells.
The reality of the situation may have sunk into your bones a bit more. The man, you slept at the inn or in your cabin, it doesn't really matter. The inn visit would have been paid for. And you notice, just outside, what the hell happened to this dice? Just outside is your boat, and there's a big bag on it,
Oh, man.
with presumably packages and letters inside. And the guy is standing next to it, is like, I took the liberty of loading your boat up.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Nothing to worry about. Just deliver it at the, there's a village out by the lake mouth of, the river mouth of the Path River down by Lake Ankathan. If you could just deliver it there to the post office. It's near the water. It's difficult to miss. Just make sure that they get their hands on this thing, and I'll be happy enough. They'll compensate you. There's a letter on top of the bag that will take care of that for you.
Yeah, certainly.
And the letter's like officially signed as a little stamp, and it's like on presentation of this letter and delivery of the mail. Something compensation for being nice people.
Nice.
Alright, so with your boat you can travel 48 miles a day. But first, you need to decide your angle of approach for Vigil, which is the last major hurdle on the way down. Is getting past the capital itself with its well-defended waters.
Well, since we're in this town, I feel like buying some sort of, outfit that would be a little less conspicuous. Like, they probably
Yeah,
know.
we could Go
Bubble-bearing.
get some rations and some clothes and basically try to pass as... You could even
Actually-
possibly buy some wares to pass as traders reasonably.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean,
Buy some empty big boxes. Ah, these are full of trade
I mean-
goods, you see.
They don't even need to
Yeah,
be
he
empty,
wants-
like, they can
Can
be
somebody-
full, like... We could buy a few barrels of local fish or whatever.
Few barrels of local fish.
maybe not fish, because fish kind of stink.
You don't need more
I
big
feel like at home.
We've already got Griff with us. We don't need to make this any more stinky.
You don't need more
Okay,
stinky in
so-
your life.
I'm just wait until level 5 when I pick up Stinking Cloud.
Oh no, please.
Okay, team, what's the plan?
So what other wares other than fish is this place known for?
It has like of course, a loom, places where clothes are made and repaired and stuff. If you're looking for disguises, probably doesn't have much. It
I'm-
might have some of black market, but you need a contact to figure out where to go and who to talk to, because it is close enough to Vigil that it's like, sell our stuff in a safer place that's not immediately in town. You know, that kind of stuff.
I mean, I'm going more for the like trader angle. Like, what could we be reasonably delivering downriver from here?
Well, it seems to be mostly a fisher town, but with some knowledge local, you might be able to figure your way out, or perhaps use diplomacy to sort of chit-chat your way and like, what's the local trade here like?
I mean, diplomacy.
Uh.
I'm very good at diplomacy.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to roll knowledge, like ever.
The Valentine decides to chit-chat their way through many discussions.
Chitty, chatty, chitta, chitta, chitty. Some of those were words.
Ooh.
For a plus 10, that's kind of lame.
By the two of you's power combined, you are able to figure out that another item of local trade that may be of interest is that there's a sizable quantity of honey in this town.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, let's
Let's
ferry
get the
honey downriver.
It's tasty and a good trade good.
Yeah,
That's right.
You gotta buy
Just
some
kind of ask
honey.
around the marketplace or whatever. Just
Honey
like,
is a gold piece per half pound, but there you go.
yeah, so a crate, what size are crates? Like, we could afford to spend like a few hundred gold pieces on this and then sell it back once we get somewhere.
I mean,
Like actual traders. Wowzy.
yeah, we can pretend to be traders by becoming traders.
That's the point.
let's see. If you want to buy a barrel of honey, like a full 75-gallon barrel, oof, that's gonna be like 1,300 gold pieces. But on the
Oh,
plus
really?
side, since you're trading it downriver, you might make some money back later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an
Mm.
investment.
We found 1300 on the Drake. So,
What a coincidence. I did not actually plan that. I just looked up what the barrel is, and it's like, oh, 650 pounds. So logically, for if a gold piece for half pound, there you go. Well, it might help if one of you wears like fancy clothes too, like one of you looks like an actual merchant.
I vote that should be Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if anyone can fake it till they make it, it's probably me.
Excellent. How fancy do you want to go?
Like, as fancy as it could be is a person piloting a boat down a stream, carrying a whole lot of honey.
Like, proper fancy but merchant, not like fancy like nobility.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
for 10 gold pieces, you can get yourself a decent outfit that looks pretty convincing.
Sounds like an idea.
You
And the rest of us are going to just dress like, you know,
seals.
ship hands.
Ship hands.
Yeah, just crewmen. With big
Well-
floppy hats so they can't see your faces.
Spending some time and money investing on personal hygiene and and care, you will look like well, not a motley crew. You look like a crew who are going
Yeah.
down the river to sell some things.
Yeah.
Aha.
What if you probably bought like a fake beard?
No.
It was
Like one of those,
probably me,
one
the
of those
woman
big.
of money.
I'm a cat. I got fur. Alrighty then.
Terrible idea.
You have a disguise. You have a barrel of honey that weighs a tremendous amount of weight, but luckily for you, Gelter can just kind of plop it onto the boat.
Yeah. I mean, we
gotta
are
pick
probably
one.
going to
How strong?
get some people to help out with loading it up.
No, he can
Probably.
drag and push the barrel on, so you just need to put it on the gangplank and then boat
Yeah.
kind of wiggles around since you put a huge ass barrel on it. But hey,
Yeah, maybe we should have split it up into buying a few smaller barrels.
All right.
You know,
you'll get like 10 smaller barrels, each of which contain a tenth of the 600. And they each contain like 65 pounds of honey, so it's a little bit more manageable.
yeah,
Excellent.
firkins.
Now that you have your barrels, you have your you know, you've got your alibi. It's time to test the waters, literally.
Yeah. Also, we have food that isn't honey because I bought that, I guess.
You bought
Hey,
some
just
extra
load up.
rations.
Some sailing food.
Yeah. Like,
Alright.
I'm going to pretend to be the one taking care of the food, being the ship's cook.
You bought like
That
a little pot.
works.
Got a little pot and all that. All right. Well, once you're ready to go, I want BK to roll me 66.
Okay.
If anyone shows up a 1, something will happen.
I'll
2 ones. Two
2 ones.
ones. As you
Two
flow down
of
the
them.
river, as you see the fork in the distance, you see several smaller vessels, like smaller boats with like guards on them who are like asking questions and inspecting boats real fast. You could clearly tell that like the smaller boats are going to the bigger vessels with like probably more important people. Then a decently sized ship comes up to you, and a guy leans over the edge. He wears some pretty fancy guard armor, and he says, "Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Who am I to obey?
Okay.
What brings you to the river?"
We are travelers from... What was the name of the town?
Tri-Town or Freedom Town.
Travelers from Tri-Town delivering some honey down south on the river.
Travelers, you say? Well,
Traders.
are you
Traders.
traders? Are you self-employed or do you work in someone's service?
Self-employed at the moment, just kind of taking whatever jobs we can get.
And what are you carrying in those barrels?
Honey. There's also a bag of some mail from Tri-Town.
To
So,
whatever the village was.
Mail, you say, and honey, you claim. I guess you wouldn't mind if I would have come down there and have a little taste. Always did like
By all
Tri-Town honey.
means, but if it is honey, you will have to pay for what you eat.
He jumps down and your boat kind of. He wears a full plate and he looks like he's ready to just start flipping tables and
Charlie.
throwing people off the boat. Well, not that he's aggressive, but he just looks like kind of like Gulter, you know, like big, strong man.
Yeah, big beefy boy.
All right, which of these
Who's what he
barrels can I touch, and which ones would you prefer I didn't?
No, any of them. If
He
there's
takes-
anything else in any of them, that's probably,
He,
sailing supplies.
he like kicks at every barrel like for a brief moment, and then he asks, "So how would I open this barrel? I wouldn't want to damage your wares, would I? Just
If you just pop
I
the
think
top
it has
gently.
a spigot.
Does it have a little tap? Do you pop the top? Like, how does this barrel? What kind of barrels did you buy?
I mean, a spigot probably if it's filled with honey.
Well, he takes out a very dry and stale-looking bit of like soldier's bread. It keeps and it fills you, but it doesn't taste good. It like drips just a little bit of honey out. Here we go. Well, that does look like honey. He kind of puts his hands on the barrel, tries to lift it, shakes it. Well, that is
Careful
honey.
with that.
Oh, don't worry. I've done many inspections in my days. Sorry to keep you. Well, he hands you a couple of silver pieces for the trouble. Well, so at the end of this, I need you to roll me a diplomacy check to not have dropped like subtle cues during all this where he might have picked up on what you're trying to pull here. What does he roll? Ooh, Ooh, let's see what you roll. Ooh. He gives you a look over. You know, you don't see many catfolk out here. Kind of surprised to see one of your kind out here.
Oh, you know.
Actually, it has worse if you have coin.
Why would you go? Why would you go all the way out to Lastfall? It's not exactly a common tourist destination for people from all the way down at what was that place called again? With all the sand. You know. Come on, you know the place.
Sandland.
To be
Small
fair,
town called Sandland.
to be fair, I actually totally whiffed on the name for a moment there.
Yeah, me too.
Alright. Oh my goodness, I zoomed out far too much and now the map's all acting up. I love it when that happens. A siren. A siren is one of the sandlands. As is Thuvia. Radom. Well, well, you know. He gives you a slap on the back. Should be careful out here. Orcs sometimes get a bit lucky. And we're looking for some fugitives. People trying to escape the New Order's commands. Just won't do. People disobeying the law and causing havoc along the way. That just won't do, would it? Your wares are in danger.
Yeah, that sounds awful. I hope you catch them soon.
So if you do happen to catch eye or wind of someone hiding from the law, let us know immediately.
I'll keep my eyes open, my ears also open, I guess.
Ah, there we go. He gives another slap on the back. He's like, well, I have other boats to inspect. On your way, good folk.
Good luck, sir. Have a nice day.
Like someone tosses the little rope ladder down, he climbs back up again. Clamber, clamber. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, what is happening to this map?
Everything.
I've lost my
You
way.
break the map.
I've lost my way.
Oh no! Don't lose your way.
Why does this map not capped at the top so I can't scroll off of it? Oh my goodness, I was right. Califas is the capital of Ustalof. That's weird, because it's like all the way over there. Novslav's like all the way over there. Well, you managed to make it past them.
Well, that went well.
You sigh of relief as like all the guards on the ship are like giving you the eye, and then the guy's like, they're fine. And he hands out like a little honey that he took. It's like, everyone, do a little bite. It's on me.
Heck
Yeah.
Whew.
See, we beat traders.
What were the rest of you doing as Captain Traderman was handling the trade?
I mean, I tend to just sit in the cabin and
Stir a pot that has like nothing in it.
Really,
Don't
I was,
stir a pot
I'm
all
making
the
air
time,
elemental soup. It's a very light dish. Well then. You make it down the river. Let's see how far you can get. I think you make it like around just north of Hammerrock. But I don't know what Hammerrock is, because I'm a dingus.
Clearly, I
I mean,
was.
now
hoping to
that
north.
we are like past vigil, we can speed up and see if we can get any wind in the sails.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move on now that we don't need to be as stealthy.
Alright, well, eventually you reach near Hammerrock. Hammerrock, does anyone here have any particular knowledge? Local or history? Or dwarvish knowledge?
I have one.
Keep
local-
asking. What's knowledge?
You might just know something about Hammerrock that may be worth just spending a little time on.
I mean,
Yeah, let me
I
just.
would maybe know something about their sheep.
Oh, you know stuff about this, Carl, but not dragons.
Alright, Carl, you know that Hammerrock was a dwarven structure that was built, that a lot of people built a whole bunch of stuff into, but eventually the dwarves abandoned it, and when the humans came around, they were like, oh, this place is nice. It's not often settled. There's usually guards around here when there's like a reason for them to be here, but otherwise it's mostly abandoned and people use it as a way station. There are like multiple stone-hewn docks sticking out of the rugged side of the hills and mountains. So you can either sleep on the boat or see what Hammerrock's about.
Well, if it's going to be pretty empty, that's the perfect company for us.
Alright. You step off the boat. You can fold the boat up and essentially get the whole boat and everything on it stays on it. Only creatures are forcefully ejected from the boat.
Magic. Might as well. Like, wouldn't want to lose it.
However, I will say that with everything you've been loading up onto the boat, it is reaching its capacity, so don't try to use it as a bag of holding.
Yeah, there's probably a limit.
To how much the boat will put up with before the box is like, no, I won't transform back. Screw you.
Or the box will weigh so much that you can't hold it.
No, the box stays its own weight.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
actually, I misread this. Yeah, well, it's a box. All contents are stored inside the box, so it's just an ordinary box. It's just that it magically transfers everything. All right, well, you now have a very heavy box.
Great.
Luckily,
Nice.
Galter and Friend can carry this without too much of a hassle, so you don't have to worry about moving it around, but you might want to reconsider carrying this much honey with you next time.
we are
You
trying.
can't have enough honey. I don't know what you mean.
You are standing at the edge of Hammerrock. There are trees wildly growing across carved stone passages. There are multiple houses carved into rocky extrusions from the ground. There are clear signs that people have been here from time to time, but at the same time, it feels abandoned and lonely. You can see from your location a path leading up into the mountains to what you assume is Hammerrock proper, as well as passages that lead to probably mines or something like that. Or you can go into the settlement that's near the coast and keep it simple. It is getting a little dark, so you might not want to
Yeah.
get too excited.
Let's just find some form of an inn and
Yeah, the settlement sounds like a straightforward starting choice. After that, we can explore around, do whatever.
if anyone present will have any recent rumors about something happening in Hammer Rock, then I guess we can reconsider, but we are not here for adventure, oddly enough.
You head on over to the Hammerrock settlement that's located near the water, where presumably people that work at the docks would have lived. You find an inn called Everglade, and there's a large tree popping out the top that presumably is grown in some interior garden.
Ooh, that's
That
fancy.
sounds like it's probably the Everglade in question.
Yeah, it's a really nice tree, but it's a bit wild at this point. I'm surprised someone planted the tree, despite this place being abandoned. Probably finished this area first. Now, perception check from whoever is going in first.
Galter, please do a perception check.
Oh yeah, Galter has alertness. He's like super alert.
He's also probably the guy that we send in first. Whenever we
Galter.
go
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay, don't forget it's been a day. You all get some health back, and I'll say you're all
Yeah.
back up to speed. You spent some healing slots, and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I had like 1 damage taken, I believe, so...
Yeah,
might
you're
as
all
well.
you're all back up to speed. Let's see, where's Galter's perception? There it is. Roll me perception, Galter.
I also prepared some other spells that are useless outside of the boat.
Outside of what?
The boat. I grabbed some stuff that's practical on a boat.
Well, that's fair enough. Galter holds up his hand. He's like, I hear something.
Gasp.
Oh, sorry, that was me. It's my stomach. I'm really hungry.
Like, he puts his fingers to his lips like, shh.
Ah, okay.
Someone upstairs. What are we gonna do?
Well, it's the evening, so I still have an invisibility prepared, as I prepared every day. I'm going to put it on Valentine and tell her to sneak up.
Da-da-da-da.
Sounds like an idea.
You all become
Sneaky
invisible
pirate action.
and are so invisible that it will be nearly impossible for the people upstairs to notice you. As you sneak around and are careful not to make a sound.
Yeah.
On little cat feet.
Pitter patter. Alright, at the top you find a small selection of orcish figures sitting around a magical fire. They're like going. They're muttering to themselves. You smell something off coming from a room off to the side. Like you're in a hallway and there's a staircase behind you, and in front of you are like more doors leading to private rooms.
Do they seem like, civilized orcish figures or like raider
Raiders.
kind of
Then
orcish figures?
you've
I don't
seen
want to like.
you've seen nice orcs before, and they don't look this like.
Okay,
You can roll me a
that's
sense motive
step one.
to get a better beat on them.
Might as well give that a go since we're here. Man, I don't have any points in that, so
You're not sure
got no idea.
if they can be reasoned with.
Step two, I'm gonna figure out what that stink was. The, like, off smell. Hopefully it's not Griff again.
Everyone follows you as you go off to a side room and
I mean,
find
I hope.
like several bags with flies humming around them.
Hope it's not the bad kind of bags full of fly attracting material.
It's the bad kind.
Oh, great. Well, that's pretty safe to say these guys aren't, the proprietors of this inn. And probably shouldn't be here.
Yeah, also when I detect magic, apparently I can see auras through barriers. Or not see them, but I'll detect auras, so if there's anything magical on the orcs, I'll have a vague idea of
Are the
that.
orcs carrying anything magic? They have some magical flasks on them. Bottles
Flask?
of potions, perhaps? Yeah, they're like these round, these rectangular rod-shaped objects that remind you of like potion contents.
Yeah, makes sense.
What do you do?
So we routing these folks, or are we, just leaving them be and heading off?
You're quite certain that if you were to strike quickly and precisely, you can scare them off without a hitch.
Yeah, I mean, from what we know, there isn't much in terms of other people. Or they're like, we are a bit far from Vigil, authority is probably a bit lower, and it's like a small settlement here. Because Hammerrock itself is pretty abandoned.
And also a bit further from here. You're not in like what people would consider Hamrock. You're like in the adjacent suburbs.
Yeah. So basically, if these orcs have already killed stuff and the local authority might not have the means to deal with that, so we might want to take matters into our own hands.
Sounds like a plan. So we're gonna ambush them and take them out.
Yeah. How many of them are there?
There seems to be like 3 of them, but they seem to be like quite dangerous. Like if they had the advantage, it'd be a pickle.
Yeah.
They
3
don't.
vaguely dangerous orcs.
Yeah, like 2 of them clearly have big axes, and the other one seems to be shamanistic.
Yeah, so like I imagine one of them would be kind of a match for Galter.
So, how exactly do you intend to rout them? Do you just want to knock them out, kill them, or scare them off?
So I'm hoping Valentine is still invisible, like the spell lasts for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I doubt it would have been that long since we got the lay of the place.
Yeah, you're still invisible by this point, so you have a significant advantage over them.
Yeah, so you might want to gig the shaman first. And
geek him.
Yeah. And then I cast web and stuff happens.
Alright.
Actually, not web. But, overall, I think we can take them. We could take the Drake, and that seems scarier.
Yeah.
We were prepared for
Yeah, we are even more prepared this time, I feel like.
Okay, so plan is I sneak up behind the shaman and I stab him in the butt. And
Alright.
Please
everyone
don't miss
else
this
goes
time.
hog wild. Listen, I've got a precedent to hold up this time.
Okay. You geek 'em. Roll me your stealth check, and then an attack roll. And then we will decide if this combat is even worth playing out.
Okay. Stealth roll.
Oh, no.
Good.
Nice.
Great. Fantastic.
Ooh. Alright, I wasn't expecting this, but there you go.
I aim to place.
Ready to serve.
Ready to die.
Sounds like it's time for a combat map.
It is time for a combat map, I'm afraid. Now
Cool.
listen closely. I want to delete.
Almost.
Thank you. Delete all these things. You stumble into the room, and before you even manage to get in, you already set off all the alarm bells.
Like, you still can be seen, but you still can be heard.
Yep.
Just trip, fall on my
And
face.
the orcs jump up on their feet. And, and I'm gonna push everyone into the right place, and then you can roll me some initiative and tell me what you feel as I put down the tokens and set down the map.
This is probably old initiative.
Yep. I'll clear. Oh, give me a moment. I'll clear it out first.
Okay.
There, that's a bit easier. It's a very tight, confined space you're dealing with.
Obelix fast.
Yeah, I rolled kinda low today.
You're in this very awkwardly tight space. Ooh.
Ooh, I'm getting claustrophobic.
Well, you should be. It's a very tight space. Put your tokens in that hallway, and I will tell you exactly what their initiative is like. Where did I put the orc sheets? Orc. There they are. Oh, heck. They are straight on their feet. They are check your feet.
Orcs have feet? What?
We have a 20.
I don't
we
want
have a
to think
12,
about orc feet.
Hey,
20,
Golter,
12 and an 8.
roll your initiative.
Yeah. I'll take care of Golter.
I can't move his headball.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Valentine, you've already stumbled into the room, so to speak.
Hmm.
Like you're like
Oh.
awkwardly off to the side trying to get up to the shaman. Ba. Alright. Golter, I need to roll for you. And Ape, I need to roll for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And now we sort them. And Grubblex, you go first. Don't forget, you can always spontaneously cast Summon Nature's Ally.
Yeah, that's the plan, because all my other spells are kinda useless.
Make this room even busier.
I mean,
Okay, summon Swarm.
Oh no.
Oh god, I'm in here, please.
What swarm do you summon?
Spiders.
A spider swarm.
Yeah.
monkeys.
Man, spiders.
Sure, why not? It's just a whole bunch of spiders in this particular space.
Well,
They will attack whatever's
could have
nearest
been
them.
worse.
So they'll kind of move on to the orc.
Oh. It's a small swarm. The other guy summoned the large one.
The swarm rouses around the orc. And he's like, ah! Getting gnawed on. Taking 1d6 damage. Alright, ain't that just something? This is not what I need, not what I need, not what I need, not what I need, no. Cool. That makes things a little bit more obvious for me. Alright. This guy has. This guy has. Alright. Orc takes just a little bit of damage, just a smidge. Just a smidge. He takes 4. And he will have to make a fort save against poison. And after that, it is one of the orcs' turns. Let's see, where is the poison effect that I need to register? What's the DC? DC is 11. I don't think he can fail that. No, it's +6. Okay. But he makes it. Alright. Then it is Orc turn. Orc is distracted. He tries to shake all these spippers off of himself. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And we'll try to step aside. Oh no! He takes a step to the side. But the spiders are still on him. You're also invisible, but Valentine isn't. He's like, ah, spiders! Ah! Valentine. You are in an awkward corner.
I'm going to continue my plan of attack the shaman.
Shaman.
Probably not enough.
It is.
Oh.
The shaman
Well,
is-
good news, because when I hit someone with a sword, or with a piercing melee weapon, like a rapier,
Mhm.
I can use Intimidate as a swift action. Thanks
Oh
to
my.
my ability Menacing Swordplay.
Okay, what does that mean? And what does Intimidate do in this context? Do you have to roll? Does it roll? Who rolls?
Yeah, you can use Intimidate to demoralize an opponent as a swift action. So, I assume I still have to roll Intimidate.
Yes, you have to roll. I have to look up the exact formula for how Intimidation DCs are determined. Sure, show
So I'm
me
gonna
the tuna.
spook.
Let's see.
Big
It's
spook.
10 plus hit dice plus wisdom modifier. So 10 plus 3 plus 1. Did you get a 14? Well, then he's demoralized. He's demoralized for 2 turns, no less. He's like, ah! What a blow. He's spooked out of his mind.
Aha! Well, I'd be pretty spooked too if a cat lady just materialized out of nowhere and stabbed me.
Aid will rush on in. And try to snappy snap at this big man's legs. Unfortunately, these large orcs, I think, have some good AC.
Orc Shaman's attack fell.
Oh no. The orc does not have enough AC to stop that, so he takes... Oh, that's only flanking, so it's only 10. But he still has to make a fort save against the poison and makes it, unfortunately. There we go. And we can move down the turn order now. It's called the Carl. That's the name I was looking for, Carl.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh boy. Can I even squeeze past people?
Yes, you can.
you know what?
Let's just do the classic. Small air elemental, just set it overhead as it flies.
Oh my, a small air elemental. Wait, overhead? Okay.
I mean, that's the only way I can think of given how tight these quarters are.
Okay, so there is now an air elemental, spiders, and an orc standing in one space. What does the air
Yeah.
elemental do? When it's
Imagine. The
Very crypt.
spiders flying through the air.
The air elemental will try to punch the orc.
I'm
Roll me a
trying to-
A d20. Plus 6. As this very awkward situation resolves. And I become slightly frustrated.
Hey,
Oh
that's
my.
pretty good.
That is pretty good. That is a decent roll. Let's see what the...
Well done.
Okay, then you have to roll me a 1d4 plus 1 as it deals a little bit of damage. A little owl. Unless you have something that bolsters the creature's stats.
Now I'm going to maybe get Augment Summoning
Roll me
as
the
my
1d4
next
then. Plus 1.
plus
Hey,
1.
It takes 4 damage as he is pummeled. Blech. This orc shot something like blah, blee. I need to look up what the adept spell is at higher levels so I know for certain that it has the right spells for the situation because it has a certain plan. Let's see. It it does have access to... Fascinating. Let's see. It can cast a variety of spells. What will be useful in this context? Well, nothing really. Doesn't really have anything good. Okay, in that case, it will cast a spell that will primarily be intended to dispel the swarm of spiders. So we'll make a cast level check as it tries to get rid of the summoned creature, using its adept powers to plead the elemental forces. Oh no! The spiders poof up into smoke. And the orc is like, thanks! And then he will try to 5-foot step away. He's like, attack him, Grumsh! Attack him! He rolls out of the way. Gulter sees that there's no longer the risk of getting covered in spiders. That'd be a pickle, wouldn't it, being covered in spiders? I would not want to be covered in spiders when I'm fighting some orcs. I'm just trying to fight some orcs.
It's not all it's cracked up to be, let me tell you.
Where the hell did... Oh, there we go. There's the Great Axe Orc. There we go. The Great Axe Orc stuck... Stupid air elemental. And we'll try to swat it out of the air. Rolls a 1.
Swat it out of itself.
It hits the air next to the air elemental, which is unfortunately not part of the air elemental. Oh no, wait, that's the wrong guy. Gulter has to go. Fuck, why is my brain so fucked up? I don't know. Well, Gulter, run in. He can't charge, but he can just step over and be like, hello, I'm here.
I'm guessing that using a halberd isn't enough to have reach naturally.
I think he has natural reach, so yes, he can just attack from here, and he swipes, and he strikes, and it deals 70 damage. The orc screams in agony. This one, however, decides that it's time to start mopping this place up quickly before anyone gets hurt. That he doesn't like, at least. Until anyone that he doesn't like gets hurt. He's a plus 11.
But I appreciate that the orcs haven't tried, like, yelling or saying something like, okay, we yield.
This orc is going into a rage, unfortunately. And will go for a plus 11 Great Axe swing. He rolls a 15. Valentine, what's your AC?
AC is 18.
Ooh, you narrowly avoid the axe, which slams into the wall. Wood splinters all over the place. It's a wooden divider. The rest of the walls are mostly made out of stone, but this one's a wooden divider. If it was stone, it probably would have cracked under this extreme swing. Grub! Your little spiders are gone. What a jerk.
Oh. Time to summon something. Let me check whether I can summon with anyone. This couldn't do. Yeah, let's just summon a wolf now.
Summon a wolf.
Yeah.
A wolf appears. It's a
The wolf is stronger. It has more con now.
A strong wolf appears, but it isn't in any good place to attack anyone quite yet.
Yeah. Too bad.
Orc time. Orc will follow his orc friend's instructions and step over, creating a bottleneck. Then he will swing at Valentine as he makes his way in.
No.
Valentine, one axe has attacked you before. Another axe comes. It hits with a 22. Let's roll the d12 of Great Axe. Ow. You take 22 damage as an axe slams into you.
Well, as he attacks,
Ooh, what do you have?
am I able to use Dodging Panache,
What is this?
which allows me to add my Charisma modifier to my AC, which
Swashbuckler?
is +4, yeah. Which will bring it up to 22, so I don't know if that's...
No.
No, it's a 23, never mind.
Roller wins. So you were hit for 22 damage and are immediately knocked out by a massive axe just swinging against the back.
Yeah, that's big beefy.
You are -3 hit points, because we do negatives in Pathfinder.
Oh.
9?
Valentine, I need you to roll me a con roll. You have a negative to this equal to your negative HP, so it's a -3, and you have to roll a 10 or higher to stabilize and stop bleeding out on the floor.
Oh, that's bad then.
Fail, and you get 1 point of damage.
Con. Oh, wow.
You are stable. But you're still on the ground.
Very good.
Ugh. Aid will stay out of the way mostly. It's not a good time to get in the way because Gulter is the big man with the big halberd.
Big man with the big plan.
Carl, you're all the way over there, and the orcs are in there, in a well-defended position.
Yeah.
They have an ally, and they're probably going to hold him hostage soon.
Yeah, I can see. I'm going to tell. Damn it. Yeah, I'm just going to call it a damn it. I'm going to tell the air elemental to head into the room and attack the orc without an axe.
It flies inside. Unfortunately, it must get within the reach of the orcs with the large axes.
Yeah.
And it is hit. And unfortunately, the orcs do so much damage that it probably won't even live. Nope. The air elemental is dispelled in a puff of smoke. Well, more like a puff of air.
Yeah, that's problematic. In this case, I'm going to... what kind of line of sight do we have?
A terrible one.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to squeeze over a bit.
Okay, thank you. Hello, goodbye. Thank you very much. Okay, out of the way. You squeeze in.
Yeah. And this is just barely enough to... cast Silent Image and conjure up images of... I'm going to put like a fake wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like copy the walls that they can already see to...
Where?
Here.
Around Valentine, huh?
Yeah, like
Oh
so.
Oh my.
Yeah, so she's just kind of out of sight, and also, I guess here, if I may.
Let's see. A visual figment that cannot extend beyond 4 10-foot cubes. Yes, it can fill that area.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put some like fake walls here.
Pinning him in.
Yeah.
Alright. The Orc
So
Shaman.
that's my turn.
The Orc Shaman, however, will not be deterred. It's like, wall will not stop me from healing my ally. It will attempt a will save. What's your DC?
I have 4 intelligence, and this is a first level spell, so 15, something like that, I believe.
It still manages to reach through and reach his ally. The orc next to him, the raging one, is like, how did you do that? I didn't know you could reach through walls. He's like, oh, you fool. And heals his ally for a whopping 10. That won't really help against Galter.
Yeah.
Also, he also is unfortunately still convinced that he's in a small little box now. He's like, oh crap, where did this hand come from? Galter will step in and teach him a lesson about standing in cupboards like this. I imagine this is the point where he like for a second considers like, I can put my halberd down, and he's like, no, the halberd's too big for this. It doesn't fit. So he'll just swing his boom. The orc stays standing, however, with 2 hit points. It sort of snarls at him. This orc is like, there's a wall here! And the shaman's like, just touch it, touch it! He'll spend his turn fumbling at the wall. He doesn't roll good enough to disbelieve. He's like, there's a wall here! There's a wall here! I'm not gonna touch that! It could be a death
See,
wall.
this way DD Wizard is good.
This is a death wall. I'm not touching that. Grubba. It's true. He's still alive. And you have a wolf that can run in and actually hit him now.
Or
Nice. Then the wolf is gonna do that, I suppose.
The wolf jumps across. The orc is in no position to make a good attack of opportunity against the wolf under these circumstances. The wolf, however, can now bite from the doorway. Hop, hop, hop. Let's see. What kind of wolf did you summon? Do you have a specific wolf in mind, or?
The one I can with Sour Nature's Ally 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. This is a page for summoned creatures wolf. Lovely. For some reason, they get smite, evil, and good. I don't think that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. The summoned creature wolf has like a little between brackets for... Okay. The wolf will attack. It rolls d20 plus 4 on their bite. Hop, hop, hop.
Griff, you wanna make the D20?
Yeah.
Nope. The wolf bounces
Fart.
off the orc's anger, I assume. This orc's in a bad spot. I'm in a bad spot, he says. Oh, he has power attack and cleave, does he? Well then. Let's see how good cleave can work against these bunch of beans. With a plus 11 to hit. That's a 22. Galter, time to grit those teeth. Doesn't Galter have like ability? Oh, he can use a shield bonus, can't he? Let's see, what's his base defense? 22. It's 22, so if he uses... Okay. Galter will use Oaken Shield. He throws his shield in between himself and uses his weapon's haft. And boom! The axe slides off to the side, crashing into the ground. Valentine is stable and locked inside a small room. Isn't that cool?
I'm in a closet.
You and that orc need to get out of the closet already. Contribute to the fight.
I'll come out when I'm good and ready.
Aid just can't seem to get it on. Wah wah. Carl, your plan has worked. You have saved Valentine from being held hostage, and you've got the orc in a bad spot.
I don't feel like I have line of sight to the inside of the room, unfortunately.
Do you believe your own
Okay.
illusions automatically, or?
I mean, I would assume I automatically know that they are fake. Guess I'll just pass. There isn't like any kind of hole in this wall, is here?
There are windows outside, and you could try to go that way.
No, not really. Then I'm just going to pass.
Should have taken wood shape and just form a hole in the wall. If they are out of wood.
Isn't that a higher level spell that I would care to have?
Yeah, I forgot. I mean, wood something. It's not wood shape. Yeah,
Actually-
it is.
Actually, hold on. I have a better idea. I'm going to cast Obscure and Mist.
No.
Obscuring mist, you say?
Yeah, that's like a fog cloud except it's centered on me.
Exciting. Give me a moment while I give you a foggy cloud to be protected by.
How
There.
big is it?
It covers
Happy
most
feet
of the area.
radius.
Let me just give me a
It's-
moment and I'll turn on the right buttons to make this work.
Wait, but it goes outside. Oh boy.
Oh, the mist is stationary, so it just stays where you are.
Yeah.
So there's just a big old fog cloud here.
Yeah. And now the orcs in the back can't see the guys in the corridor. even if they disbelieve the illusion, so it's layers upon layers.
And a creature 5 feet away has concealment. Well, this orc is like, well, what do you want me to do?
Mina weaves their twisted web
He
of
just goes
confusion.
like da-da-da-da-da-da. What the hell is enemy's heart?
This fight is so messy.
This is one. This is one hell of a spell I just learned about. You cut out an enemy's heart and consume it, observing the enemy's power as your own. That's awesome. That's a fun spell to cast.
Actually,
He will instead. He can barely hit the guy he's looking at. He's like, you disbelieve the wall, you fools! Galter will have to make a mischance roll first before he lands his attack. Wait, no, it's a D100 roll.
Yeah, you have to roll a 5+ because of concealment or something.
Yeah, essentially. Let's take a look-see. He rolls a 48. So yes, he makes it. He hits through the fog, hitting his target. Hopefully sending this orc to Kingdom Come.
Yeah, like...
That's Oaken Shield. Good job, me.
Good job.
Yeah, 22 should be enough to just kinda remove this orc.
Is reduced to minus 17. Now orcs have ferocity, and it's still standing. It's bleeding and angry, and it's like... But there's a wall here, he says, and he starts just to half fumble at it again. This guy cannot make his will saves, even as the guy's like shouting at him to do it. You guys just hear this loud and clear because there's no actual wall. In fact, I'm pretty sure that you don't even know what's going on, Grubelix.
I don't even know it. I think I.
Are they
can't
on mushrooms?
do anything, I don't.
Just tell your wolf to
Time to use my Gust of Wind to make this disappear. No, yeah, I think I can't do much right there. So,
Wolf
what
attack.
can my wolf do?
Your wolf can attack. It can do a little nom nom.
Can
Then
it
let's do
trip
that.
or something? Maybe it can lay the target out on his ass so that he isn't standing.
Yeah, that's the wolf is gonna attack.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, that's an 18. Wolf shoots out into the room and bites the orc, and it has enough base damage to knock him out. And actually, not knock him out, he's dead. His ferocity cannot keep him standing longer, and he falls over.
Yep.
Valentine is in the closet. Lucky for us,
very cozy in here.
Valentine, you don't have to worry much longer, because Aid, I assume that since someone will tell Aid to, or like, take a potion off of Galter's belt, and you are suddenly a healing potion pushes up against your lips.
Oh man.
By a lizard.
Oh man, juice.
Slurp.
Slurp, slurp, slurp. You take 1d8 plus 1 extra healing. So, roll me the heals. If you go to 0 and up, you stand up on your feet. You're still inside a closet, though.
2.
You're 2 hit points, but you're standing on your feet, and you can interact with the environment again.
Oh man.
So, no skeletons in closets today?
No, there will be no
Not
skeletons. Carl, it's still all foggy all over the place.
Yeah. This is fine.
This is fine. Alright, what do you want to do in your turn?
I mean, there isn't very much I can do through walls. So...
Oh, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Okay. You will presumably delay your action until you can actually see someone.
Yeah.
Alright. This orc will... It's all confused and it's like, what did I hear? Did you die? He starts fumbling through the wall. And he decides, you know what? I'm just going to kick you in there. And boots his ally forward.
Who gets an attack of opportunity about this?
Oh, he takes a 5-foot step. There's no attack opportunities here.
Okay, never
There is,
mind.
however, a mischance that Galter will have to roll before he actually manages to smack this guy, who was suddenly presented to him as a nice gift. He rolls a success, so he must now roll an actual blow. I like to imagine this guy just gets thrown onto his halberd. It's like, get out there and fight, and he just falls onto it. Let's see what's there to see again. Oh my goodness, I have too many windows open. Boy! He does not have the armor class to resist as he falls onto it. And he bleeds. There's blood and he bleeds.
There's blood everywhere.
Alright. He, however, retaliates as the halberd still sticks in his side. He's like, ha! I see someone. Oh wait, I need to roll the mischance first, because there's still fog all over the place. He makes it. And then must roll me an attack roll. Shit. Galter, watch out! You don't have your counter ready. Oh no! Galter is hit with a mighty 21 damage as the axe crashes down into him. That is way more than 21 damage. Whoops! You hear a loud chink of armor bending around, a large axe swinging in. What do you
Okay,
do?
that's so nasty.
I mean, can I even?
Your wolf can attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll me to wolf.
Roll for dog.
Well, actually, I'll have to roll this first to see. Okay, mischance.
Okay. Ow!
That won't do it. +4 is not enough.
What?
Valentine, you're on your feet again. You got someone give you a health potion. How nice.
Hooray! Not dead. Not dead is better than dead, marginally.
You don't remember these walls, though.
Yeah, that's inconvenient. Am I
They
able
must have thrown you
to...
in jail.
Damn it. How long was I out?
A year and a half or more.
Oh no. The guards must have caught me. They've locked me in a closet instead of a jail cell for some reason.
Without a door. That seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
Alright. I will allow you to fumble at the walls, but you have to roll me a d4 to see which wall you decide to fumble with. One is north, and then we go clockwise.
Okay.
You sort of... The weird part is that despite being thrown in jail, you still have all your things.
Yeah, how nice of them.
3! Hey, you hit the south wall,
Check.
and you disbelieve the illusion as your sword pokes through it.
Oh man. Then there's an orc behind it. Oh god.
Roll me an attack.
I'm suddenly
You may poke it.
suddenly remembering where I am.
You may roll me an attack since you're technically poking through it.
Yeah.
Also, it's really foggy in here. Oof.
Oh,
Oh heck. Oh heck.
that's more than a poke.
Like you sort of poke around to see if the wall is real, if like this is all like a dream, and you just slide into his kidney.
Yeah.
Just very slowly.
Do you have
Right through his
any other damage
armor.
you would like to add on top of this?
I'll add my +6 for my precise strike.
Don't forget that if you're doing a damage is multiplied, like all damage is multiplied.
Oh,
So this is a great time to expend any bonus damage you can spend on a dime.
yeah. That's definitely adding the precise strike damage.
It's another 12.
Yeah.
The orc is hanging by a thread. Perhaps Aid can finish up the fight and poison him. Aid, you've not done much this session. Take Valentine
Hey.
as an inspiration for what you must do.
Yeah. Step 1, die.
Step 1.
Step 2, get locked in a closet.
Step 3,
Something
stab an orc in the
come
kidney. This guy just watches a rapier point like come out of the wall and into his kidney. These people are witches. The orc resists the poison, but he still takes 7 damage of getting shanked in the side. So he is down to -6, and is staggered because of all this bleeding. Carl, the situation sounds like it's almost about to resolve in a positive way.
Yeah. I'm going to hold my action for 1 initiative point, then dismiss my spells.
Okie dokie. None of you see this, but you suddenly hear a loud thud. Someone jumped out the window.
Oh,
What floor were we on?
You take 7 falling damage.
Right. Okay, now I dismiss my spells.
The remaining orc is bleeding out. Galter will see if he can finish him, and after that, the combat is over.
Yay!
Well, it doesn't really matter in the end, does it? The orc surrenders and succumbs to his wounds. Bleh! Unless you have any intention of healing him. For some
Why
reason.
should we?
Exactly. He just goes bleh.
So who wants to look out of the window to see the orc escaping?
oh
I'm
probably
not seeing
closest.
much in this mist, so.
The mist is dismissed.
I'm turning it off.
Yeah, Valentine, just look out of the window. If one arrow strikes you there, you're dead again.
Yeah, if there's a strong breeze, I'm dead.
He casts strong breeze on you.
Oh no!
You
My
mean
weakness!
Your fur gets all.
So the orc just kinda jumped out of the window. Okay.
Yeah, he's on the ground. He's like dusting himself off.
Huh.
Are you gonna let him go, or are you gonna do anything?
mean, I'll-
I'm going to come over here and see if I can cast Grace in his way because yeah.
All right. He has to make a reflex saving check in that case. He
I
succeeds.
mean,
though.
it only has 30 feet of range, so I don't know if I make it in time.
He's like slipping, like oh, and he's like just suddenly runs off, like ah. I'll
Oh,
get
well.
you for this, Spider-Man. I mean, that's
I'm
the
very
Green
Spider-Man
Goblin, not the
with
Green
spiders.
Orc. There were a lot of spiders, yes. Well, he runs off into the night. Who knows to where off? And you are left alone now. You can sit on your butts and pick your noses.
Hooray! My favorite pastime.
So, who wants to zap a wand at Valentine? Because I have one as well.
I can do and will do. Then I have
Okay.
45 charges.
Nice, even 5 smooth number.
That's the plan. Amazing!
Smooth.
Hooray!
Maybe you wanna cast.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a charge of mine then.
Everyone just coming over and rubbing their old sticks on Valentine, you know.
One
How it
smooth
goes.
six.
It's excellent.
I mean, the 8 and then whatever the plus is for the
The
wand.
character level. The caster level. So +3.
Yeah,
I mean, the caster level of me or the wand.
The wand. The wand is the one with the caster.
Yeah, so that would probably be a 1. I don't know.
So, 4. 2 4s.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Back up to 10.
Well, there you are. You got 2 orc corpses, a room full of other corpses.
Yeah.
Time to investigate the orc corpses, I guess.
What do you do with the orc corpses?
Investigate.
You investigate them. They are angry orcs.
Sure.
They have
They,
great axes and throwing axes on them. But
I would like to mention they had magical flasks of some sort.
yes, but those were on the shaman.
Oh,
Because you don't find
well.
any.
Dang.
Well, you do find, however, a bag in the corner of the room. That seems to be the stuff they've pilfered off other people. Roll me a 1d12 plus 2d4. Who wants to roll this one? Who feels lucky
Well,
today?
I did it last time and got crit, so someone else do it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess he'll do it because of...
Because of your master of tactical insight last time. You are truly a humongous galaxy brain there. Alright, show me the goods. Fort
It's
Eden. You find the
a
following.
bit off.
You can find the following items inside the bag: assorted coins, some gemstones, and a watch lamp. Now, a watch lamp is a magical item.
Ooh.
I will tell you what it does in a moment. As you all fawn over it, the item is also glowing, but it's in a special treated bag of some sorts. Also, you were looking through a wall, so the bag must have been enough to cover it up. The bag's just watertight.
Huh.
I want to look for a
Interesting.
watch lamp, thank you. There we go. Watch lamp. Price 500 gold pieces, so it sells for 250 if you want to sell it. It is a plain mithril headband with no distinguishing features. It's not a watch lamp, as the name would imply. When activated, it creates a globe of light that hovers on your shoulders and says, "Light like a torch." It follows you wherever you go. It can be extinguished with a second command. It is a swift action to activate and or deactivate. So it's a nifty light source.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Very
I
useful.
mean, I've got low light vision, so it's probably not as useful for me. But does anyone not have that?
The biggest benefit is that it makes it easy to hit your head, since it's right next to your head.
I'm a freaking human. I have nothing.
Yeah, then you
Okay,
have it.
well,
You have a blind boy.
Nice.
How about that? As you take a nice nap on a settlement outside of Hammerrock. We'll leave it there for today.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Experience
I
was
guess-
I nearly died.
I guess in the morning we should talk to local authority about turning the two corpses in and warning them that the shame is still on the loose.
Oh my. Aren't you on the run from the local authority?
Maybe not these
Hopefully
ones.
the local okay, you know what? We'll just leave a note. And the corpses outside
Evil
the door.
orcs were here. Thank you.
Dear
Yeah.
Mr. Guards,
Evil orcs,
found
father.
some
Yeah,
nasty
I'm
boys.
wanted to kill.
We fought some orcs. Please do your job better. Signed, a friend.
Then they will do their job better and will catch us. Nice!
Your total experience gain for the session is 5,600. 5,600. Gained
Oh, man,
experience
but close.
for defeating drakes, for chatting your way around guards, for beating up orcs, for making it a good distance away. You've done many things heroically.
Like hiding in a closet.
That's very good.
Yay!
Please
It
do not-
wasn't a real closet.
I mean,
it's
the
not
enemies
as
don't
heroic.
know that.
This puts
At
the
least
party
one
total
of them.
at 30k. If we divide this by 4, everyone should now have 7,600 experience points. Which means that you are but 1,400 experience points from the next level.
Gasp.
Nice. That's
Another session like this and
like-
you'll be there, I think.
or two of them.
No, exactly one, because then you'll be at 36,000, which divided by 4 is 9,000. Which is what you
Okay.
need.
Nice.
Talking about assassins. Next time I can't be here.
What's up?
Aw.
I'm at anime convention in Germany.
Go nuts.
Anime.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the stream here. You'll say goodbye, and then we'll
Bye,
talk.
stream.
Bye.
Buy Scream Ice Cream.